There are moments in life when you realize that you have drifted away from your truth and you've lost parts of yourself along the way, along the journey of life. If this is you, I know exactly what that's like because I have been there. If you're ready to finally come back home, this is for you. So how do you know that you have lost parts of yourself? Well, there are a few signs to look out for. Something will feel off. You will feel like somewhere along the line you've compromised your truth. You are wearing a mask, or you're trying to fit in somewhere that you don't, or you are people pleasing instead of being true to who you are and what your truth is. One day it becomes intolerable. It becomes intolerable to live something that isn't true to you. That's someone else's truth. It's not yours. And there comes a point where you can no longer be doing that in good faith. If this is you right now, and I think honestly, so many of us have gotten to this point where, okay, it's enough. Truth is calling me back home. Wholeness is calling me back home. I'm done with all of the layers and the masks and the people pleasing and the pretending and the trying to, navigate your way into spaces that you don't belong in, and they are not a reflection of who you really are in your core truth. If you feel this in any way, shape, or form, this is a good sign because it means that you are ready, and perhaps you weren't before, and that's okay. But now you are ready to step into truth, step into wholeness, step into authenticity, regardless of what anyone else may or may not think about that. Does not concern you any longer, and that is a good sign. Because before, why were you operating out of a lack of authenticity in the first place? Well, trauma, trying to survive. And it's okay that has been a part of your journey. It's been a part of most of our journeys, right? And it's okay to forgive yourself. You have to allow that to be what it was. It doesn't mean you have to stay there. And it's time, now more than ever, to step into authenticity and truth, to come back home to yourself and not put a lid on yourself any longer for anyone's approval. And if you're ready for that, I applaud you, my friend. Let's do it. So how does it feel when you do come back home to yourself? You start speaking your truth without apology. You start owning who you are. You stop caring one jot what anyone thinks about you, because you understand that any opinion about you coming in from the outside is someone else's projection based on their own experiences and their view of the world. It has nothing to do with you. So why should you care about it? It makes zero sense. And it's also feeling safe to just be yourself. And you don't do it for approval. You don't do it for belonging. You just do it because it's true, actually. And isn't that a most beautiful place to be, to come from? You start to feel more connected to yourself, to the spirit, to God, to your intuition, to your inner knowing. And you become rock solid in your beliefs, your values, who you are and what you stand for. No one can shake it. You are not easily shaken or stirred by anybody or by anything outside of yourself, because again, you understand that anything outside of you in the real world is not a reflection of who you are on the inside, because that is a topic for another video, but there's a mismatch, right, between the inner and the outer. So if you see the outer, you cannot let it dictate your inner world, because you have to lead from within, not let the outside lead you, but lead from within yourself. That is self-leadership. That is self-ownership. That is true power, true grace, true wisdom. And that is what we are now moving towards. And I invite you to join me, to become so rooted in yourself, so anchored in your truth and authenticity, that nothing and no one can stir or shake you. How do you start doing this in practice? What are some simple steps that you can take? Well, honestly, it's not that complicated. It's realizing when you start to slip back into old ways of being behaving in a way that isn't actually in alignment with your truth. Asking yourself in those moments, what is it that I'm seeking right now? What is it that I look to attain? Is it a sense of belonging? Is it permission? Is it being approved of? What is it? And start giving it to yourself. No one else can give you permission. No one else can give you belonging. You have to give those things to yourself. This is how you start embodying self-leadership, self-ownership, self-mastery. That is a journey worth taking, my friend. It's not for the faint of heart, but if you're watching this video, I know that this is for you and that you can do it. If you're looking for some guidance along the way, make sure you check out my free ebook, Silence and Surrender. It's a 15-pager, super quick read, jam-packed with wisdom and guidance to lead you on this journey back home to yourself. And you get a free copy when you sign up to my Substack newsletter, link below. If you are in the middle of this process of coming back home to yourself, I know how disorienting and confusing it can feel when you shift those old patterns and start coming into wholeness, truth, and authenticity. This is a byproduct of healing. And even if it feels confusing and even so uncomfortable, it's actually a sign that you're so much further along than you think. So give yourself a pat on the back because you're doing great. And remember, coming home to yourself is a journey. Keep going. I'm rooting for you. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please remember to give it a thumbs up and to subscribe to the channel to make sure that you stay up to date every single time a new video drops on personal growth and spirituality, creativity, and valuable truth bombs. I'm Hege, helping you step boldly into your truth and calling and to reclaim your power. Till next time.